No.
You know, a lot of this we shot almost a year and a half ago because of the strike.
Yeah, I
So
know.
don't quiz me too hard about who made what, but I
Oh,
think
no, I'm not. I'm more interested if like the I feel like there was an evolution
yes,
in season 2 with her clothing from
yes,
what.
thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
So we started the season, and this was really Maya's idea to that because we moved her house, we were making her a little bit more chic and Buddhist. You know, she wanted to go on that retreat. Her house is like water going through it and lots of plants. And so the first couple of episodes, we did her all in white, which was really fun. And, you know, so she's sort of going through a monkish phase, but it's Lanvin white, you know,
Right.
it's not just a white tunic,
Right.
but her mind it is. In Molly's mind, not Maya's. In Molly's mind, all these things that are really beautiful, like some of the simple clothing we had was gorgeous. And I mean, I will probably say that for me, I loved those 2 episodes, but I didn't want to do the whole season in white.
Yeah. I mean that
And
the opening scene of her going through her house and being interviewed and this extravagant lifestyle she has and these ridiculous answers
yeah,
she's giving, but this flowing white like Greek goddess gown that you've got in is so perfect. Of like I'm just flowing. I'm just flowing
right.
through my house.
Yes, that's like her monk's tunic, but I
Yeah.
think it was a Lanvin dress. It was beautiful. And I mean, it's stunning.
Yeah.
If
Yeah. Yeah. She's
if
great.
I was getting married, I'd want to, you'd see me in it.
I
Um,
I mean the one on the right too, as like to me like I don't just thinking like like a nice white dress in the summer, and she's
yeah,
effortlessly wearing it, just like
right, right. I mean, the whole thing, that was a really fun part, but then I wanted to push back to color because it's such a part of her character. And I, to tease apart New York wealth and LA wealth, New York, I feel like they're more influenced by Europe, by Paris. Like it's very chic and monochromatic. And in LA, we're more East, you know, like Japanese inspired, that LA people go for more color. It's also sunny
yeah,
and
boldness.
cold. And so I really wanted to do that with her in season 1, and then we decided to go more muted in season 2, but then we pushed back right away after she had sex. I think that's where we kind of I was like, what if
Right.
after Benjamin Bratt,
Yeah. Color comes out.
the color comes out that she's back, you know, that the monk days are gone.
There, but
And everybody, I don't want to take credit for that. I think that was me, but Matt or Alan could have had that idea too. I really think we all love how bright she is.
yeah. And the boldness of some of her outfits, and some of them make no sense whatsoever, but make sense be for her. Like you've
Yes,
done such
yes,
a great job of of being able to dress this character and be bold, but it's not absurd. It's
no, well, it can be. I mean, and we don't even mind that it gets a little wacky. I mean, she really gets to dress her mood.
mm,
She has that leisure where there isn't a voice in her head. You know, sometimes when I'm leaving the house, I'm like, oh, this is too wacky for this scenario, you know, or I shouldn't wear, you know, but she doesn't have to think about any of that.
yeah. I mean, some like this, and a lot of it are dresses, which I think keeps her so feminine and
Yeah.
yeah, and comfortable. I feel like she's comfortable in whatever she's in.
Maya loves comfort. She really does. And she's got a lot to do in this show. So she better be comfortable. You don't, she she's there more hours than the costume department
Is there
or
in,
as many.
in season 1 and season 2, she has a lot of high neck pieces, which to me is, I would think, nice for you because it brings the costume up further, like you see more.
Right. That isn't necessarily like a choice. That's just the things that we like. But
Mm.
we aren't looking for high things, but we're also dressing bodies and just looking for what is flattering,
You can
all
see my screen. Can you see that?
so cute.
Yes, sorry. Ugh. I was like, because that's what a minute ago I was referring to, like the boldness of like, because I moved on. Sorry.
Moved on. I was still looking at a white. Okay,
Sorry.
so the boldness of the black and white or the boldness of the
Well,
type.
how either way and either style is like this bold print.
Yes.
It's not ridiculous, but it's like it seems natural for her.
Yes. Yeah. She's not afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, unafraid in fashion, and as her character goes on, I mean, I think from the get-go, unafraid,
Yeah.
husband cheats on you and you go and scream at him in front of the whole party. That takes courage, not to suck it up. And, she's courageous.
Yeah. And then goes and works. She could have
Yeah.
just went and spent her money, but she goes and works. It's a great character.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah.
it's gonna work. Let's see. This I love. This is what I was referring to, the high necks of like
Oh, yeah.
brings
This
the
is such a
powder.
beautiful outfit. When she lifts her arms, it's got wings, like the sleeves are really
Oh,
billow. This is a designer, La Doublage, and we use a lot of their pieces, and mainly because, and this might be my fetish, that I love all these, they make matching things. So for instance, you've seen the show where she's got like boots that match her dress, that match her hat, and that match her
right.
bag. And they make a lot of that stuff, which we love. And everybody on set loves it when she does it.
Yeah.
It's a little page. How it started is, I mean, Maya and I think we're laughing about Madeline Kahn when she matches her car, and I think
Oh,
Faye Anxiety. And
yes.
I mean, it's so iconic for both of us. And so we laugh about that, like trying to do that whole matching thing. Like that is a ode to Madeline.
Ugh, I love Madeline Kahn. I have a picture later of the headband matching the outfit too. Now
Yeah.
this you referred to earlier. So this you constructed and made, and this, I mean, the fashion show all around is like I don't know, a nightmare or a dream. Or a dream
Exactly. It's
costumes.
a combo. The fashion show was so much fun for us. I mean, it's such a gift as a costume designer to get a fashion show. And I know shows do them, but it's just to be able to make a fantasy line, and especially with Maya, we had so much fun. We laughed so hard each time we were trying it on and making it bigger and more outrageous. And it was just a fun project. And I think everybody in this episode, the whole crew, everybody that works in the office looks good. And then, so yeah, we had so much fun.
Yeah, you had tons of color and layering and
Yes,
yeah,
it was
fur coats and
a blast. When no one in our department wanted to leave. We were all on set. The orange with the green at the,
yeah.
I'm so glad you pulled that out. I became obsessed with that and I wanted to wear it around New York bicycling. But then I'm like, I can't buy this. I can't, I can't be doing this. I'm not, I can't pull it off.
Is the orange and the green attached, or did you layer that on there?
You can separate it. You could wear it in like 2 different ways. And I thought, I'm just going to wear this all winter. It's going to be my look.
Yeah, you could own that. You could pull that off.
Thanks. I passed. I didn't end up getting it, but I was like, it was in my shopping cart, my personal one, not the shows.
I always think like, God, the costume department every single day has like someone has something unique on. Someone is very stylish. Someone's pushing the envelope or just looking classy and nice. And then, like you said before, me and the art department, like today, I know I'm going to be on stage. I'm like, I want the most comfortable outfit I can do because I'm going to be like dirty and stand up. Like, it's such a like, oh, I wish wardrobe didn't see how bad I dressed. I'm better. I'm better when I'm.
No, you're good. And I think we're all aiming for comfort, but we as a department like to have a little fun.
Oh yeah.
And especially, it's funny, you start to dress similar, or I do. I start to dress similar to my lead. Like in The Good Place, was thinking constantly about Kristen's character. And so I slowly, and I think we morphed a bit. And then, I don't know that I could morph into Maya Loop, but I'm much more open to wearing like hot pink pants. Like my brain just is in that mode. And so I'm emulating because I'm constantly thinking about them. What would they wear? How would they wear it? And
Yeah. Well, you're becoming
so
the character. It's like it does.
yeah, I try to become the character, but I really don't. But I'm just thinking about how they're dressing, and it inspires my own personal style for the length of the show.
And don't you think like I even now will be shopping on a different show and think that would have been so good on the Good Place.
Oh,
Or, I wish I
completely.
had
Oh,
that prop for,
it's so funny because usually you're shopping out of season for clothes. The show supposed to be winter and you're in the middle of summer and you can't find the perfect thing.
yeah.
And then, the show wraps and all the winter stuff comes out and you're like,
Yeah.
if only I had that.
Yes.
But Maya and I have a shared photos
Oh, that's nice.
with each other. And when we're inspired, we send it to each other. So the show is on my mind a lot. And so I'm always looking, even when we're not shooting, which we're not shooting right now, but I think about the show. I think, oh, that would be great on Maya if I walk past, I live in New York. So if I walk past a store, I'm thinking and looking about how it's constructed, how it would look, how we could remake it,
Yeah. Always, it's the same. It's always working. Always
working, always, everything I look at has, you can channel it back into how you could use it for work.
This is Sophia's character, and being able to dress more, business-like, but she's so curvy and like the body doesn't stop.
Oh my God.
That opportunity.
A very easy person to dress.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure during our first fitting, every single thing that she put on was perfection. Yeah. And she's stylish, and we also don't want to make her, it's funny, she looks very stylish. We don't want to make her too we don't want to spend too much on her. She's too practical. We do want to keep it that she cares more about the job than her clothes or her vanity. And so everything is simple, and she repeats a lot, and we were channeling a little AOC with her.
Oh yeah.
when there's a powerful woman that's young and progressive.
Yeah.
So,
That
and then it really doesn't hurt. A perfect body doesn't hurt.
I think too, I don't think I have it, but in a lot of the scenes, the contrast between her and Maya's outfit is always
Oh,
fun
yeah.
too, of like, you came to work in that, you look great, but like, I'm here for business. Like, let's
Right.
get to.
Yes, yes. I love that contrast.
And then like the other characters like Ansley, like Ansel,
Ainsley, yeah.
Ainsley, just conveying like her innocence in her wardrobe, I think is
She is very sweet and very feminine and so fun for me to dress because, you know, a lot of times when you're dressing people, they're past selves of yourself. And I feel very connected to her. Like post college, I worked, for a second in publishing and, those cardigans and short skirts and goofy animal sweaters and all the things, are all things I love and that I have worn in the past. So she is, and she is such a sparkly person in real life.
Hmm.
And Matt and Alan definitely take from real life. Like she in real life loves Disneyland. And I think just recently got married or did something at Disneyland with her wedding. And her character loves Disneyland. They
Yeah,
take part of, I love that about these writers that they are weaving in part of who the person is so that there is, it just makes the person relax into the character because
yeah.
like a little part of them that is that.
I think that's really smart of writers to do when you have a show like this. I mean, Maya, I mean, I'm sure pieces of her in there, but that's not really, I don't think that's really her sometimes being like so aloof or like that. Like, but
No. But the goofy part is Maya is so much fun and goofy and intimate and open. So there's a lot of Maya in there, like, and she's incredibly kind and generous. So she's not clueless. So that's the
yeah, that's the,
thing part. But there's a lot of Maya in there. She is, especially being kind of fun and goofy and silly and hilarious.
yeah. I also always look at, I mean, the shows that you and I have done, they're very much have a great group of characters together, and always seeing how you dress these characters so differently to bring out their personalities, I think is so wonderful. And this little group shot is so like, because Maya's standing there. This is I have a reference coming of that that like headband and like big floral print, and
Yeah.
she's sushing in the room, and everyone else is
Okay.
there for work.
That's right. And they go to the mall in that outfit. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the fun about dressing her is that you get to stick those crazy outfits in so many ordinary places, since she works in this office. But teasing apart people is the most fun
mhm.
to know when you're walking through a store that's Rhonda, that's Ainsley, like to be able to look through a rack of clothes and say who would wear it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Howard and Arthur. I never know whether to call them their names or their character names, but
It's
everybody is teased apart, and that makes it's just fun to do that.
but it's
To
a
make
lot of work on your part in every single scene to make sure like not everybody's an orange, or like not everybody's wearing jeans that day, or like you're
oh,
constantly
I mean, you're so right. And there's shows where, I mean, for parks, I called it plaid alert because there'd be like a lot of people in plaid. And then on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I called it blue alert because, there was a lot of blue. Like, So we are constantly keeping our eyes open for, on this show, making sure there's not too much pattern, you know, making sure there's some relief within a lot of pattern. And
Yeah.
you don't want it to look like yeah, this is fun because everyone
This is at
really
the
is,
fashion show though, they're like stepped up.
they're stepped up and everyone still is very who they
There's
are.
there's 5 different characters there.
High-end tracksuit. And
Yeah,
Nicholas, so that's a Vivian Westwood. Rest in peace, Vivian. I definitely wanted to use a piece of Vivian Westwood in this season and showcase it. And it went perfectly with the dress. It says me.
Oh, it does.
There's a lot of hot pink in there, and Joel is aware enough to match her. They go together. He would never clash with her. He's
Right.
kind of lays out her clothes, and he knows that he's going to be. I've in the past described him as an accessory, and I don't really want to do that anymore. But
I
it's
really
like
was just gonna say that. I really was just gonna say like he's the perfect accessory for her, even
he's the
personality.
perfect. Yeah, he's the perfect. I haven't thought of the perfect word, but you know, he's arm candy. Let's say that.
Attaché.
Attaché, arm candy. He's the arm candy that runs her world, and he does such a great job that he is in her head enough to know to go with what the two of them together make a
Yeah.
great visual team for me.
Well, there's a lot, here's more of just showing the collective of the cast together and showing how their different personalities just in their clothing that you've brought out. And it's
Yeah.
not like nobody's jumping off the screen. Everyone is really just present in their character, in their wardrobe. It's so fantastic.
Yeah, it is so much fun. This show, just looking at these photos, making me miss everybody. Such a great cast.
It
So much.
seems like a fun show. It seems like really fun and like everyone
Everyone's into it. You know, I would say Matt Faxon is not really, you know, he's like a surfer and he's playing this nerdy guy, but everyone is so into their characters and they love their characters. So
Mm.
makes it more fun. Nobody's resisting. Like,
Okay.
this was
This to me
fun.
when
We all have a crush on Benjamin.
oh my God. Episode 4, I think it is, she goes to a like a yoga retreat and everyone's in these are they long like dress tunics? Is it or
Tunics, yeah.
like a
Everyone's in tunics. You know, it's funny because I think on the outside, you being an insider, you know, like all of that is a lot of work to pull it off, even though it looks so simple. Like it looks like, oh, you just go and buy 20.
oh
But you know, it everybody they look so good. And then making what do the people that work there wear? What do the leaders wear? You know, all of that, you hope that nobody notices, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. And it's like if you do your makeup really well, hopefully nobody notices you're wearing makeup, you know.
right. Yes. And that is a skill
And if you're
that I
bad
have
at
not achieved.
well, people can tell you're wearing it. And that would be me. There's a reason I'm not a makeup artist.
I wish. I also feel like there's a lot of collaboration, I should say, with the production designer Jennifer Dignan and set decorator Allison Korth. I mean, there's a lot in balancing the costumes and the sets too, that they play off of each other.
And hair and makeup. I mean, we are all such, and as you know from the shows that there's many shows that we've done
Many,
together.
yes.
It is, we're very lucky that everybody feels like family and everybody is really working together. we talk so much about how it's all gonna work together. And we're
There's,
lucky.
but
And Jennifer is a dream, by the way.
Jennifer is fantastic. I do feel lucky, just to talk about the shows that we have worked on, in the ease of communication there is, I feel, with either writing, producing, other departments. And I know that that has gotten to a relationship because we've done many projects together. But it felt like that even on Parks, like
Yeah.
the first season I was there. There's something about the atmosphere that I think Mike Schur and Morgan create that is a collaborative thing, and it makes it easier to throw out ideas or to say like, hey, we're really gonna have these white walls in there. Is everybody okay with this? Like, you know,
Right,
the
right.
communication is great. And that doesn't happen on every show. And so I am always so thankful to get back to a sure world.
Completely. And so the thing, Loot is an offshoot. It's like a cousin from the Parks world because Matt and Alan were both, it's Matt Hubbard and Alan Yang, were both writers on Parks. And so I feel like from that family, from that group of actors and the group of writers, I've done so many shows with variations on that group of people. And they're my best experiences, and it's like a family tree.
Yeah.
And so Loot, it's actually part of that family also, because Matt and Alan came from, and so did I, and it's just funny what we hang on to, how we all kind of hang on to each other from the root of Parks.
Yeah. It's such a wonderful experience to have had. Oh, I did a close-up. The close-up too of like
Thank you.
how they fit and how like it's the same thing but looks different on everyone. It's very like some people have the tuck waist, like the tied waist in, and some people are a little looser. Some people have necklaces on.
Right. Maya looks so regal.
Yeah.
She really
That
does.
haircut on her is so flattering.
Ah,
I love that.
yeah, she is a beauty. Wow. Um,
And then you
oh
had
my gosh.
Benjamin Brett, but then I mean,
So
and a guy,
much
a guest
fun.
I mean, what a character episode this was, and how much fun with the photo shoots and her big mansion with all those eccentric people. And you have
Oh gosh.
just,
It's a little ghost of Christmas past because Maya had and I think in our pilot episode, she went wild after her divorce also. And it was a quick montage of her being at clubs in Germany, and it was her just being wild, and she was out by a pool, and I think she might have gone in, or somebody went in, and it
right.
and then Anna's going through the
Yeah.
same, and she kind of gets to experience it. That's a really beautiful friendship episode. I loved it.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure I've said this to you before, but Maya, this is the seventh show I've done with Maya,
Oh, wow.
seventh project, including movies and TV. And Anna also I've worked with a ton over the years. And so the SNL ladies are my people. I just have to say, I love them so much. They're in a fitting. They are so much fun. And look at Anna there. She's so hilarious.
She's hilarious in this episode. She's really fantastic. I mean, they
Also,
play off of each other so perfectly. And
yeah, and they had so much fun being together. And you can sense it, and it makes the show lighter. It makes going to work fun.
yeah,
You want to be in the room with those two.
yeah, I do. I mean, why not?
And
This guy always looks fantastic. You're just throwing it on him and everything he wears looks great. It's like,
I mean, he's very specific. he had specific ideas about his character, and I would say they were right. He got to be artsy and cool and sexy, and
Well,
he did that in real life, and he is on the show as well.
I mean, to me, if I think of an architect, I think black, white, gray, like that's that's
Right. Well, he's a hipster
he
He's
did-
a hipster architect.
but you made him definitely cooler. And I love the red outfit of Maya in the background, just popping through this whole location. It's so beautiful.
So beautiful. I have to say, sometimes we get so lucky, like that shot that you're showing me right now. That's a lucky shot, with the stained glass window and that touch of red up above, and the whole thing is
Oh, the palette is great.
beautiful palette. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about in the beginning. When you think about something as a moving painting,
Yeah.
this particular shot makes
Who was
works.
the DP on Loot? I forgot to look it up.
Oh my gosh, I'm just drawing a blank.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'll look it up. I also love that she never wears the same pajamas twice. I love that. I mean, and
I know she does not repeat. We don't repeat much. I don't think I can't. Maybe shoes, but
the pajamas with the ostrich feathers, right? I mean, you can't you
no,
can't say
you
no to that. It's just
can't say no to that. You can't say no to that.
I think I have another screen of all the pajama looks. I love all the pajama looks.
Oh
They're
my gosh, aren't they great?
yes. Where are you getting these pajamas? Or
Well,
why
these
are they not the wrap gifts?
they're all different. I think that top left is Etro. And there's a
Okay.
company called Sleeper that has the fuzzy arms and legs, in addition, the feathers. But yeah, these are all different.
It's funny, about a
And
year.
her pajama game is high, but it would be.
Oh, yeah. I would say about a year or so ago, I made a statement to myself of like, I want nice pajamas. I want nice pajamas. I want sets. I want night. I don't want to wear like crew t-shirts that I've been like,
T-shirts and flannel pajama bottoms. I'm
that's exactly.
so
I
there.
went out and I went for it. I bought I bought like 3 or 4 sets. And
Ooh.
last night I was in like a Parks and Rec old t-shirt, like some random pajama pants. So
Can't help but slip back into
yeah, it does.
comfort.
But the comfort level for this of working in your pajamas, I mean, jackpot.
I mean, I have to say these days, the pajama days are really good days for all, because
Oh,
she's
and
incredibly
a glass of
happy.
wine. I'm hoping
I don't think that's real, but
it would be nice. And that was it. That's what I ended on, pajamas, because I thought that's
oh, that's a good way. That's a perfect ending.